Hey guys, this is the study guide for 21A. Next week will be your last test. On number 1, you are going to take $1.30. You're going to divide it by 8. It says to round to the nearest cent. So when you get done, you need to go 3 places. Use the third one to round the second one, okay? So you're going to have something like less than 20 cents, okay? On number 2, it says 40% of the people attending the movie were adults. If 20 adults attended, so here's how you're going to set up your ratio. You're going to set it up. There's 20 adults. It's asking how many people, right? And I'm going to set it up 40 over 100. Remember why we said that? They said 40% were adults. And remember, percent is always over 100. So then I simply do my butterfly. I'm going to say x times 40, which is 40x. 20 times 100 is 2,000. Then I'm going to divide both sides by 40, okay? On 3, it looks complicated, but it's not. Just draw it out. Okay, the first point you have to do is negative 2. So remember, that's my x, that's my y. So I'm going to go over negative 2 and down negative 2. Okay? The second point, I go over 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. And down negative 2. And it says, what is the halfway point there? Well, you know it's going to be at negative 2 on the y, right? Because halfway would be somewhere on this line. So I just did it. I just counted over until I got to the point that was in the middle. So if I go 1, 2, well, that's at the origin. But from this point, it's 1, 2, 3, 4. So you know it's not that. Then I go 1, 2, 3. And then I go 1, 2, 3. So that's my middle point right here. But I got to go down to negative 2. So what point am I at? At 0 or at 1? Yep. That's exactly right. Number 4 is simply order of operations, okay? Order of operations. Do you see any parentheses? No. Do you see exponents? Yes. So what's 10 squared? You know that's 100, right? And remember the square root, that would count as exponents too. The square root of 81, you know that is 9. Then we have minus 3 times 10. But remember, do not do this first. You need to do your multiplication. Because in order of operations, it's parentheses, exponents, then multiply, divide, right? So you're going to say 100 minus 9 minus 30. You're going to work it from left to right, okay? On number 5, remember this is volume. Volume, length times width times height. Well, if you count the little squares, my length is 4, right? If you count the width, that means how fat it is. I've got 2 little blocks. And they tell you that the height is 3. So just multiply those numbers, guys. On 6, perimeter is the outside, but there's 2 blanks that you have to fill in. So you see the 3 right away, right? Well, the next one is a blank, but you know the whole thing is 7. So you're going to, and then the top is 3. So you're going to say 7 minus 3, okay? So that's 4. The next one is also missing. But you know the whole side is 5. And the little piece on all the way to the left is 3. So what is 5 minus 3? You're right, it's 2. Then I have a 3, a 5, and a 7. Add all of those numbers up, okay? Add all of those numbers up. 7, you should be getting, these should be easy for you now. The formula for radius uses, for circumference using radius, is 2 times pi times r, okay? It says the radius is 10. So I'm going to say 2 times 3.14 times 10. Okay? The easiest way to do that is go ahead and multiply 2 times 3.14, and then to multiply something by 10, you just move your decimal one time. But remember, multiplication is reciprocal, so technically you could do that any way. You could multiply it left to right, multiply the first two, the second two, as long as you multiply the three numbers. Number 8, 2 tons is how many pounds? Well, 1 ton is 2,000 pounds. So how many pounds would 2,000 be? Okay. Number 9, that's just the butterfly. 6 over 10 equals A over 25. Okay. 10 times A is 10A. And then 6 times 25 is 150. You're going to divide both sides by 10. Alright, number 10 says to use the ratio boxes, but I think it's pretty like how you would have to do, how many groups of 3. Okay, well, this one's still fairly simple. I think you can do it in your head if you really think about it. Number 10 says 5 boys for every 4 girls. But they only tell you that they're 27. So if you're thinking about a number that will break up into even amounts, what number would you use? Well, I would use the number 3. Well, 3 times 3 times 3 is 27, right? So there's 3 groups to equal 27. So what I would just say is 5 times 3, because there's 5 boys. 5 times 3, and that's how many boys are in the class. What's 5 times 3? Number 11. This should be becoming routine as well because we've done so many of these. 11A, they give you 1 3/5. Okay? So you know that 3/5. You know that 3/5 is 0.6. So that's how you do the first one. Now remember, to get B, I just move my decimal 2 places. That's going to give you B. 12. Well, they give you the easy one. 0.9. Well, what is 0.9? 9 over what? That's how you get the first one. And then the B part, remember, if it's 0.9, you can do 2 ways. Either take it and move your decimal 2 spots, or you could put this one equal to 100 and say 10 goes into 100 10 times 9 is like that, okay? On A and B on the bottom, you know that for A, you should be putting 10 over 100 and then reducing, okay? Because percent always goes over 100. And how would I write 10 hundredths? That is right. 10 hundredths. Or if you reduce, you're going to get 1/10. Next is 14. On 14, you have to do in the parentheses first. So set that up. You got to do 1.25 plus 2. Don't forget to put 2.00 plus 1.25, okay? Add that up, okay? And then you're going to say 6.3 minus that. So 6.30 minus 3.25, okay? Set it up just like that and you will get your answer correct. Number 15, that's simple integers, right? So you know -3 and -2 are like signs. We learned in those lessons that you add those. So you know that that's -5. But then you have to subtract a -4. Remember, when you have 2 subtraction problems side by side, you change it to addition. So now I'm going to say -5 plus 4. Okay? Draw out your number line if you need to. Here's your 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Here's my negative 5, okay? I'm going to add 4. I'm going to go 1, 2, 3, 4. What point am I at? Write your answer. 16 is another order of operations. You've got to say 2 times 0.2, right? Oops, I just wrote the answer. You know 2 times 2 is 4. I have one number behind the decimal. Then I'm going to say 4 divided by 0.4. Move that over, move that over. So that's like saying 4 into 40 and write your answer. On number 17, this is a review problem that you have been doing. 6 2/3. Set it up. 6 2/3. Remember I said to set them up vertically? 3 3/4. Okay? So what's your common denominator? I know you're all thinking, well, I know it's 12. Put that equal to 12. 4 goes into 12 3 times. 3 times 3 is 9. 3 goes into 12 4 times. 4 times 2 is 8. Okay? What is 8 plus 9? Good. All right, so here, I'm not going to do all of this for you, but make this a mixed number, add it to the 9. Okay? Number 18. Make both of those improper. So that would be 25 fourths times 8 fifths. Okay? I'm going to cancel out where I can. So, multiply it out. You will get your answer. 19. Again, these are things that you learn mainly with Miss Knox if you had, or 4th grade here, but if not with Miss Allen in 5th grade. So it should be like just automatic when you have some of these. 19, again, you're making them improper. The only difference here is you're going to have to flip the second number. So you're going to have 7 thirds. And then you're going to have divided by 14 ninths. Okay? But it's division, so I have to flip that second number. So it's 7 thirds times 9 over 14. And look at that. It sets it up so we can cancel out both sides, multiply it out, and then make your final answer. Make that a mixed number. 20, you're just finding the area of the triangle, because the triangle is what is shaded. So we've gone over in class 1/2 times base times height. The base is the bottom. So 1/2 times 8 over 1. And they tell you that the height is 6 times 6 over 1. All right, so multiply those 3 numbers out. Hope this has helped you, and I hope you have a great day. Bye.